Hi there, this is Tone Hardy, the host of Jazz on Ice, radio show on U3 Media, internet radio station based in Connecticut. Brought to you by Necessities 101, where accessories are necessities, and by Lorenzo Group Security Services. Watch us work for you. This is the second day of Kwanzaa, and as we discussed yesterday, the greeting for Kwanzaa is Habari Gani. That means what is the news in Swahili? And the answer today is Kuja Chagalia. Kujachagalia. That is Swahili for self determination. What is self determination? It in the context of Kwanzaa, it means that we as Black people define ourselves. We name ourselves. We create for ourselves. We speak for ourselves. We do not let others name us and create for us and speak for us. So names like Black and African American and Negro and colored, we don't want others to name us. We name ourselves. We determine who we are. We make the commitment to African culture and history and define who we are. Well, how's that done? Well, today, as we discuss self determination, there are three questions that we want to ask and answer as individuals and as groups. The first question would be, who am I? In other words, do we know the history of our culture? Do we know the history? Not what was taught to us in school, but have we researched and found out what our history really is as Black people? The second question is, am I really who I say I am? Are we living the way our African roots and heritage should have led us to live, the way our ancestors lived, or have we adopted standards and practices of others? And really, although we're Black, we're living like them. And thirdly, am I all that I ought to be? That's really a question of personal identity. Are we living up to our African heritage? I know for myself, 2017 was a year of introspection. I had to go journey inward. And what I found was I was not living up to some of the principles that I had been taught as a child, solid principles. And so I had to go back to those things and really rediscover who I was, rediscover my ancestors, rediscover my Blackness, and pursue that. Self determination. Once we do that, then we can commit to practices that promote growth and allow us to be proud of who we are as Black people. So today, as we talk about Kuja Chagalia, let's talk about self determination. Let's answer those three questions. Who am I? Am I really who I say I am? And am I all that I ought to be? Now, Jazz on Ice has produced another playlist, the Self Determination playlist, which can be found on our Facebook page, Jazz on Ice. It can also be found on my YouTube channel, Tone Hardy, and it can be found in the comments of this video. The artists featured on the playlist today are James Brown, Nina Simone, Jay Z, Roy Ayers, Marcus Miller, and Nas, Earth, Wind, and Fire, Common, and Layla Hathaway. Those are some of the great artists who wrote songs that had to do with self determination, positivity, keeping your head to the sky, being Black and proud, and understanding uh, our Blackness. So, as you listen to that mix, allow it to make you think about the questions we talked about earlier. Enjoy the second day of Kwanzaa, peace, love, and all that jazz.